Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. Today we're doing another High West. Now this is a distillery exclusive now. It used to be available nationwide. It's the new Campfire bottle. This is a blend of bourbon, rye, and blended scotch. And the scotch is a smoky, peated scotch. They don't say where from, they don't say if it's an Islay scotch or a Highland peated scotch, but it's a blended scotch. And they've blended all three of those together. So I have the new 2021, which is a distillery only release, very limited edition. And I have an older bottling, the 2017 release, and I thought that I would compare them and see if they're the same, if they're different, if the old is better, the new is better, whatever. I will say that I notice a color difference. The new is a good bit darker than the older bottling. So I'm curious to see if there's a significant flavor nose difference between the two. From memory, because as you can tell I've had a little bit out of this, from memory I do believe that there is a difference. Now, before I start, I want to thank my friend Corbett for grabbing this for me from the distillery. Thank you so much, buddy. Oh my God, so happy to get my hands on this. Campfire is one of my favorite bottles from High West because I do love smoky scotch. So it's one of my favorites. I don't drink it all the time, but when I do drink it, I'm like, oh my God, that's so good. So being able to get my hands on the first ever distillery only new bottle with a new gorgeous artwork on it is thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. So let's dig into this thing. New versus old. Let's nose the old one first. The smoke is there. It's relatively light for a smoky scotch, but it's briskety. It's burnt ends. It's barbecue smoke. It's not acrid tire fire smoke. It's briny barbecue smoke to me. Lots of vanilla from the bourbons and maybe from the ryes as well. The rye is so light that it barely shows up on the nose. It's there, but barely, just barely. There is a slight iodine medicinal note to the smoke on the older one. Let's nose the new one. Okay. The new one, comes across a little bit like Ardbeg. The quality of the smoke comes across a bit like Ardbeg. I recently, somebody sent me a sample, Jeff sent me a sample of Ardbeg Scorch, and this is reminding me of that sample. That's really fascinating. From memory, I was remembering the 2017 having less smoke than I was picking up in this yesterday. Now that's not true. They're both equally smoky, but there is a significant difference between the two. This one, the vanillas and the barbecue smoke are really blending well. They're almost like a candle, like a vanilla, earthy. It's not astringent. Astringent is the wrong word. There's a minerality to it. It's almost like a vanilla candle. This one is more burnt meats, even more towards the barbecue. Very similar to an Ardbeg. Surprisingly similar to some Ardbeg noses that I've smelled recently. All right, let's taste. Old first. Oh, very sweet. accented by that slightly pungent smoke. And the rye barely shows up again on the palate. It's probably a small amount of rye whiskey that they do in the blend compared to bourbon and scotch. Oh. The minerality and the brininess starts to show through after 2 sips. Let's go to the new. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was completely off base. Yesterday I was thinking that the old had more smoke than the new. It's the opposite. The new has more smoke. Not drastically more, not younger, peatier, it's just a little fuller, a little rounder smoke note. Way more barbecue. The vanilla's still there, but it's more barbecue. This is more vanilla than barbecue. Oh, it's wonderful though. There's a little black pepperiness. That smoke just sits on your tongue after you swallow it. Which do I like better? This hurts me to say, but I think I like the older one slightly better. Now, it's possible that it's just because this is a fresh crack from yesterday and it doesn't have a lot of air in it. This one has been open for, honestly, this one's been open for years. This one's probably been open for 2 years. And so it's possible that that's the only difference in my preferences, but there is a significant difference flavor-wise. More barbecue, more vanilla. So if you like sweeter bourbon, older Campfire is more your thing. If you like peaty, maritime, briny, slightly medicinal and earthy notes, the new one is more for you. So it's possible that these are completely different scotches that they were using, but they are similar, just different. Yeah, way more vanilla, way more smoke. I like them both. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, have a great day.